Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to LeTip Live, where we feature members from LeTip, and you can participate as well. Yes, it's true, we are live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and at any moment, if you have a question, comment, or concern, you can put it in the comments section, and we can answer it live. Today, we have a very special guest, and you might have noticed her on the cover of our Communicare. So if you're checking your emails, you definitely want to check out Communicare because we feature members from all over the nation. And this week's member that was featured was Misti Lund. And there she is on the cover. And here she is today joining us is Misti. How are you, Misti?
Hey, I'm great. Thank you so much for having me today.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have a little technical. There we go. Got the music. Thank you for joining us. How's it going?
Great. I'm on Pacific time zone, so I'm actually just waking up and getting my day started. So it's great to
Nice.
start it off this way.
Absolutely, absolutely. So first and foremost, congratulations being our cover girl of this month. There's the cover right there, looking great.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So yeah, let's start, let's start with the basics. So how long have you been in LeTip?
Gosh, I just joined this summer, so I'm a pretty new member. I would say, Pablo, don't, if I mess this up, you have to correct me. I believe it's only been like 4 months, actually.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I really like it. Everyone in our chapter is just great to be around. Everyone has good energy. They're all really supportive, and Pablo, our president, and Phyllis, our vice president, work really hard to see that everyone is taken care of and that everyone's getting the best out of the chapter, and just learning from each other and pushing each other to get our businesses to grow as much as possible.
Awesome. What chapter are you in?
Las Vegas chapter. Hmm.
Very cool, very cool. Which reminds me, want to remind you guys that we are live. So if anybody from the Vegas chapter would like to chime in or ask Misti a question, please do put it in the comments section and we can answer it live on the spot with you guys today. So we just want to remind you, we want to make this as very interactive as possible. So awesome. You're in the Las Vegas chapter. And what is your position? What is your expertise?
So I hold a nonprofit sector, and I run a company called Answer for Cancer, and we're actually a new nonprofit as well here in Clark County. We launched about 6 months ago, and in a nutshell, we provide holistic services to cancer patients at zero cost to them. So we firmly believe that holistic services should be a given, not an out-of-pocket alternative.
Awesome. So what inspired you to create Answers for Cancer?
Well, there's a couple of them, but the one I'll focus on is mainly my cousin Winnie. So she has something called NF1. It's neurofibromatosis. There's two types. So she has the first one, and they don't necessarily label it as cancer. However, they treat it just like cancer. Therefore, she's undergone a bunch of chemo. She's regularly doing MRI scans, constantly going to her doctor's office, which is located 3 hours away. Where she lives at is actually in the Midwest, in a really small town called Poplar Bluff, Missouri. So for those chapters in the Midwest, you may have heard of that town. And yeah, they don't have, a lot of specialty doctors and holistic services in that area. So she has to drive pretty far to get access to things. And they don't have like Whole Foods or Sprouts, things like that out there. And even some of them, even if they were available to them, some people out in the area unfortunately can't afford things like that. So I have the time and the resources, and I've just been super blessed to be able to provide holistic services to people that could use them, specifically those going through cancer. And so she inspired me. There was just a lot of gaps I saw that were missing that could benefit someone like her going through cancer. So I created Answer for Cancer.
Awesome. Awesome. Great job. So you talk a lot about services. Can you give us a little insight on some of these services that you provide?
Yeah. let's see. I would say that the most popular one is our juice program, and we provide weekly deliveries of organic non-GMO juices to people in Clark County. And what's great about it is it steers them from ordering DoorDash or Uber Eats, through all the medications and surgery, radiation, whatever path they have to go down. Unfortunately, it doesn't provide them a lot of energy, but we want to make sure that they're getting the best vitamins and nutrients that they can. So through juices, it's great because some of the side effects of the medications and such is nausea, right? We all know that.
Mhm.
So through the juices, it's like, well, at least, if you don't keep all of it down, at least in that time that you did consume the juices, you did in fact absorb a lot of that versus ordering a burger or pasta or whatever, that they would easily just push a button on their phone. So we make it super easy.
Mm-hmm.
We drop it right off at their doorstep. They don't even have to come to the door if they don't feel good. And they just bring them in their house and they're all set to go for the week. And other services that we have are chiropractic, massage, and acupuncture. Those three kind of intertwine in the same arena of benefits. It helps with joint pain, helps with better sleep, lower stress. And the one thing I want to point out is some people are jaded by chiropractic based off of films they've seen or movies, comedy acts. However, chiropractic service, the kind that we provide, is very gentle. And we've only received amazing feedback from that. And then, we've added vegan facials, which is incredible. So we stay away from anything toxic. It's all edible. And it comes with a light neck and shoulder massage. So it's just very soothing. We have a nutritionist on our team, and that's all done virtual. We also have a Reiki and meditation master, and that's all done virtual as well. So everyone on our team encompasses a very strong mindset of, the human body, the human spirit is limitless. And we're going to do the best we can to give people the best quality of life and love on them and just uplift them and inspire them to keep going.
Awesome. So all your services sound awesome and great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, absolutely. How would someone get access to them?
Sure. So there's a few different ways. I don't want to cap it as like one specific way. I want to make it as easy as possible for people. So whatever avenue they choose is fine. They can email me directly, misty@answerforcancer.org. That's with the number 4. They can also reach us on Instagram. Surprisingly, we've had quite a few people write us on Instagram. That's
real Misty@answerforcancer.org.
And it's with an I. Yeah. So MISTI@answerforcancer.org. Our social handles on Facebook and Instagram are the same. It's @answerforcancer nonprofit. Also, our phone number is 702-755-0215. And people can shoot us an email. They can text us, call us, message us, whatever their heart desires.
Awesome. So you guys heard it. If you're tuning in your car and you're listening to the podcast, you guys heard it. But if you're watching right now on the screen, we have your email address right there. Right there. There you go.
That is correct.
There you go.
And
awesome.
I just want to,
great.
Yeah. And just one more thing on that. We do have a contact form too, answerforcancer.org/contact. And we actually have a lot of people that reach out to us on behalf of someone in their family, say a sibling or a mom or a dad or what have you. And I'm really inspired by that and touched by that. And we do want to help the people that they're concerned about. It's very important though that the person that they're seeking out help for contacts us directly, because sometimes people don't want the help and they have to be ready and willing to get the help. You know what I mean? So, we can't like go chasing after them and forcing them like, you need this, like we're dragging you here to this appointment or whatever. No, they have to choose, right? And it's a very powerful moment when they do choose and become consistent with their program.
Awesome. So everything sounds great. And I think it's awesome. Do you have any success stories or testimonials you'd like to share with us?
Yeah. In the short time we've been around, a couple of them have already had amazing success with their journey, and the tumors have shrunk tremendously. One has even disappeared. And I think actually, let me see, I made sure to grab a couple of the written ones that I could share with you. Let's see. Bear with me.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, want to
Here we
remind
go.
everybody at home that we are live. So if you have a question, comment, concern, please put it in the comment section and Misty will answer it live. Misty is our featured member of the month. So if you've been checking your emails and looking at the LeTip magazine, also known as Communicare, you would see Misty's beautiful cover. She's with us today. So Misty, go ahead. The floor is yours.
You're so kind. Okay, so here's one. She wrote, Misty, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all that you're doing. It means the world to me. Not only did I get the crappy cancer diagnosis this year, but I very unexpectedly lost my mom, who I was very close with. It just seemed like this year was just tragedy after tragedy, with other not so great things that happened sprinkled in between. I've cried many tears this year, but I cried lots of happy ones when you messaged me back. Everything your organization offers is incredibly helpful and very much appreciated. You are a bright light in this world, and everyone who donates and volunteers on your team is extremely appreciated. Thank you for everyone and all that you do. So that was really cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So you guys are making a difference. You're making the world a better place, if you will. Now, let's say someone else who's listening right now wants to help you on your mission. Is there any ways that we could help with your mission?
I appreciate that. Yeah, of course. Answerforcancer.org/donate. So answerforcancer.org/donate. And we use a platform called DonorBox. For those that are not familiar with that type of giving platform, it's great. It's specifically built for nonprofits, and they can adjust their giving to where it's just a one-time $5 donation or $100 donation, or they can do a weekly or a monthly or whatever their heart desires. The form is very easy to fill out, and we appreciate every dollar that we receive. 100% of it goes right back to the cancer patients and our programs that we provide for them. And also another cool thing about DonorBox is we receive the money in our account within 3 to 5 business days. I believe I feel like it's less than a week. Whereas people, are huge on giving through Facebook and Instagram, the new meta. And I love that people are so, gung-ho for giving, but people that they don't know when you're in the nonprofit sector, it can take 3 months for us to even see that. And, just being a new nonprofit, DonorBox is just the best way to give. And they also take out the lowest credit card fees. So, so yeah, through our website is the best way to give.
Awesome. So you've been, you hit the ground running, and you've been around for a short period of time, had a bunch of success. How have you been able to get funded for that? And is there, are there any stories you want to share?
Sure. Yeah. So, to get started, obviously every business owner, they invest some of their own money. So we've invested our own money. And then over time, we've just built some traction and just been really hustling with getting the word out and our brand and who we are and what we provide through different avenues of networking and things like that. We did a little yoga event at the beginning of our journey. And then, funny enough, I saw a Facebook ad beginning of October for Best Dressed Vegas Vicky that Circa down on Fremont was holding. And so I was like, I just had this strong calling that I should try it out. So I immediately went to work and I started putting together the costume and everything. And it was pretty brutal because I was running this while, having my family life and life with friends and just other groups that I'm highly involved in. And so pretty much every single night for those 3 weeks, I was Amazoning things, going to Joann's, Michael's, putting things together and working till 1 a.m. almost every night. A lot of trial and error, and had a competition. There was 130 girls registered, but there was 30. Yeah, there's me.
There you are.
Pretty rad, pretty rad. But there was 30 registered. I guess maybe it's because it was Sunday night and I think everyone partied Friday and Saturday, and maybe they realized the costume wasn't as easy to put together as it looked. But anyway, so there I am. So what's really cool about this costume is I'm wearing 17 9-volt batteries, believe it or not,
Wow.
and they're all taped and tucked away. And that was pretty rad. The fringe, the white fringe, that actually doesn't come white. So that's 3 layers of paint on all of that. And I actually had to cut every other fringe because the strips are really close together. In Vegas Vicky, hers are more spread out. And the LED lights, those are all Velcroed on / fabric glued on. The gun is like a Billy the West cap gun that I painted. And then everything else is just jeweled out over, I think I capped out like 3,300 jewels or something like that.
Wow.
So, and pin curled her hair and everything. And even the day before, I like went down to the casino and just stared at her because I wanted it to be like the spitting image of her as much as possible. But yeah, I won. So I won the 10K.
Wow,
going back to your question, it's how, we've funded for going into first quarter of 2022. Yes. That was such an exciting moment. You have no idea. Like, it just felt like so much weight was lifted off, and it just felt like I felt unstoppable in that moment. Like, okay, I meant to do this, right? Because the floodgates have opened, and this nonprofit is so needed in this world. And it just put an even bigger fire in me,
Nice. So you won the big money, and then what? And then you were like, you know what? I'm going to put this to good use. I'm going to put this to a good cause.
Yeah. So we are, with that $10,000, we are creating these brochures we're passing out to hospitals here in the local area. And we actually just got connected to Summerlin Hospital, Sunrise Hospital, Mountain View. And so that's really, really exciting. So cancer patients will be able to know more about us versus just through online platforms and word of mouth. And we're just excited that we can comfortably take on more cancer patients. So that's what we're really, really, really pumped about. Yeah. And we're also random. It's also with fundraising. We're actually doing a shoe drive. So if you live in Las Vegas and you have any shoes that are gently used or brand new that you haven't worn in a while, you can just contact us and we will come pick those up from you or tell you one of our drop-off locations. Awesome. And what that does is those shoes help us fundraise money while helping out another nonprofit. And so it's called Funds to Orgs. And basically we collect shoes for them, and then they come pick up the shoes, give us a check for all of our hard work. And then they ship those shoes to places like Haiti, and the villagers can sell those shoes. So it's creating jobs and leadership while also keeping their economy going.
Great stuff. So it's really cool. So I don't want to, call it the wrong thing, but like, it's awesome that you won this pageant, if you will. Would you classify it as what would you
I think it's just a costume contest.
All right, costume contest. So you won this costume
but that's
contest. Cool. And you put the money to good use. Are there any future costume contests coming up that you're looking to increase, the funding?
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, 1 second. Actually, let me just show you a couple of things. All right. So here's the Neon Idol 2021 that Circa has me wear. And I think we're supposed to be doing some appearances next year with that. So that's really cool. But what you're talking about is this one. So this is Mrs. City of Lights. I got to stand up and show it to you. So very Mrs. Cool. City of Lights. And this is through the Mrs. Nevada America pageant. And I'm running in 2022, all to just promote Answer for Cancer and get more of the word out there to everyone.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So there's some big things I want to do through that, and some of it's confidential, so I'll keep that to myself. But
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, okay. But I
I
will.
muted myself. Only you heard me because of our little secret connection.
Okay. Okay. But I will say though that that yeah, Mississippi of Lights is all about just spreading the light and being the light for people. I know it's kind of cliche, but it's so true for me. And I've always been a humanitarian and I love giving back. So when I came across this platform, I honestly didn't know what all it entailed. I thought that it was just, women with a pretty face. And I was very wrong about all of that. So I interviewed with the state director, Jackie McKenna, and both of us just asked a lot of questions. And I come to the conclusion that this was the right path for me, the next step to take. And so I'm just really excited to share, what we're up to, what we're all about, how we're going to expand and make this more accessible to everyone.
Great. And it's great that you're able to use your pretty face to get funds for a good cause. So
Yeah.
It's great. The stuff that you're doing, it's awesome. We want to remind everybody at home that we are live. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns from Misty, you could put them in the comments section and we can answer them live here today. So we got a couple fun questions we're going to throw at you.
I love fun questions. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. So we'll start off with favorite food.
Oh my gosh, that's a hard question because I'm such a foodie. I really am. My favorite food. I could tell you my favorite restaurant, but you don't live here, so you wouldn't understand. I would say my favorite food is homemade pasta, like a really good Italian homemade pasta, which is a simple red sauce. Like in America, everyone douses it with just too much sauce, but the real deal is just very lightly being able to taste the actual pasta that's made and just enjoying it with a group of fun people, a couple of close friends, and a really nice glass of wine, specifically Bordeaux.
There's definitely an art to pasta, and some people call it gravy, some people call it sauce, and how much you're supposed to put on and what the color is supposed to be. So there definitely is an art when it comes to pasta. Great answer.
What about you? What's your favorite food?
Oh, so I'm a snow crab legs or like lobster. I'm like, I love to douse it in butter and that's my thing.
That's good.
Yeah, that's the first one that comes to mind. So Red Lobster would be my favorite restaurant.
Okay, got it.
That's saying a lot, right? All right. So next up, favorite movie.
Favorite movie?
Yeah, do you have a favorite movie?
I do, but it's kind of cheesy and everyone's gonna laugh.
All good. Let's hear it.
I love When Harry Met Sally.
All right.
I really love that movie. Yes, it's just such a classic romantic comedy, and I just love some of the one-liners and some, the famous scenes. Some of them that are in there, everyone knows if they know that movie. But I really enjoy it. I can recite every line of that movie if it's playing.
Very cool. Is there a going along with movie? Is there a show that you're addicted to or streaming nonstop? Is there
Yellowstone?
I hear a lot of good things. Is that you like that one?
If you're not watching Yellowstone, let me tell you, you need to. But you cannot be easily offended. If you're easily offended, it's not for people. But I absolutely love it, and I love just how sassy and the reason why I admire that show so much is because a lot of people don't like the language that's in it. However, I love the strength in the family bonds, and I just love how no one can tell them no, right? Like when they're so determined in doing something or accomplishing something, they just go for it, and it doesn't matter what gets in their way, who comes after them, who threatens them. They're just like, that's cute, try me, and they just like keep pushing through. And there's a female, the character Beth Dutton, who just to me steals the entire show, and I really enjoy her crazy character.
So based on that answer and the principles that you like of that show, another show that you might like, which is my favorite show, is Ted Lasso. I don't know if you checked out Ted Lasso.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
Good, heartwarming show. Definitely check that out.
What is that on Netflix?
It is on Apple TV.
Okay,
So
Apple
you need to
TV.
have an Apple TV subscription. Now, lucky if you just purchased a phone or an Apple product, I think it comes with a free like 3 months of Apple TV. So you could
Okay.
crush that, in like a weekend.
Cool.
Good stuff. So we got movie, we got TV show, we got food. How about a guilty pleasure? Any guilty pleasures you want to share with us?
Which one? I do like horseback riding, and I do enjoy traveling a lot. So I love weekend getaways, whether it's just Sedona or Santa Barbara for some wine, the Grand Canyon, just hiking and just getting away, because I feel like that's where I get my most creative ideas, is being in nature and just feeling like grounded and coming back to myself and just disconnecting from the normal daily grind.
Awesome. Pablo says Misty rocks. So
thank you, Pablo.
And we want to add, we are live. So he said this just now. If you have a question you'd like to ask, please put it in the comments section and we can answer it live. So yes, we got movie, we got TV show, guilty pleasure. How about first concert and then best concert?
Gosh, my first concert was when I was a kid, and I actually don't remember what it was. But the one I do remember, my first one, I'm a country girl. I love country music. So my first one, I would say, was that I can recall was a Brad Paisley concert down in Chula Vista in San Diego, California. And then you said my favorite one?
Yeah, first concert and then your favorite concert.
My favorite one was Gwen Stefani. I actually just saw that. Saw her recently here, her residency in Vegas, one of her last shows. And she is just such an amazing human being. She's so caring. She was having people from the mosh pit pulling them up on stage. They were getting her autograph on their arm, supposedly getting it tattooed. Who knows? But people were throwing love letters at her, and she was just taking it all so gracefully, and she was just so kind.
Awesome. Is there a favorite book, maybe a business book or a business tip or anything related to business that you'd like to share with me?
I wouldn't necessarily say a business book. A business tip that's always worked out well for me is staying in my own lane. So I don't focus on what everyone else is doing. Sometimes I'll go and look and to see if it's like inspiring or like, because if I'm treading a new territory, I'm kind of like, I wonder, how they did it or whatever. But I don't ever compare myself in a sense of, oh man, like they're here and I'm here, because it's like, that's just not the way the world turns. That's not how it works. Like they did not wake up and be here. They took the necessary steps that you're currently on to get to that space, right? So staying in your own lane is so, so, so important. And also another business tip is when it comes to social media, I am very sacred of my space, which includes everything that I absorb and read at all times. So even if I'm friends with someone on Facebook, it doesn't mean I see their stuff. You know how you can like unfollow people, but you're still technically their friend. So everything that comes across my feed, personal, business, what have you, is all positive or informative. I don't put drama in my life, nothing like that. It's just when you can declutter your space, you just have so much room for creation and new ideas to come in, but they can't come in when you're like all bogged up,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Those are my tips.
Great quote. Those are great. That's great tips. I mean, there's a great quote that says you are the sum of the 5 people you hang out, the 5 most people you hang out with. So it's kind of like, in this day and age, in this digital world, you've realized that, and you're, all, people who don't really have nice things to say or do or whatever, you've kind of like, maybe put them to the side and consuming positive stuff in this digital world. That quote was an older quote. So you would hang out with people now, in the metaverse, if you will.
Yeah.
More digital. So you're practicing that as well.
And
Great
that,
stuff. Good stuff.
yeah. And with
Yeah,
that
go ahead.
quote about about the 5 people you surround yourself with, excuse me, it got cold this week, and now all of a sudden my throat's kind of messed up. But with the 5 people that you surround yourself with, I'm familiar with that, and I think people sometimes think that that quote relates to someone in human form, like right in front of their face.
Mm-hmm.
But for me,
Mm-hmm.
some of the 5 people I surround myself with, some of them are an author, or, someone I follow on Instagram. Just certain people that inspire me, whether they know me or not. Those are who I focus on for my 5, right? Because especially in startup world, you get busy, you don't have time to necessarily hang out with people on the regular basis. Sometimes I see my friends once a month, right? And so I would say that some of my 5 are just other outlets.
Yeah. And they might not even know who you are, but you're consuming their material. You know what I mean? You elegantly put it. I tried to insinuate that, but yeah, you're consuming people's content, and it's positive vibes, and you're removing the negative vibes, and absolutely, it's great.
Yeah.
And people, we deal with clients who would do marketing and stuff, and people always like worried about the perfect time to start. And you're a prime example. You started, right? You
just
had
start.
a vision, you just had to start, and people want to be with you for the journey. Like they want to see your journey. So don't think that you need to have some crazy budget or some crazy camera or whatever. Like you got to start somewhere and show people your journey. That's what social media is all about, being social.
Right. And I also think that when you do it that way, instead of making it so seamless and perfect, you're relatable, right? Like we're all human. We're all just figuring this thing we call life out together, and collectively, whether you want to believe that or not, we're all this quilt that's like intricately woven together, and we're all just, taking other people's ideas, making them better, or having these aha moments, but we're all bouncing off of each other and intertwining with each other, even if we're very different and have disagreements. We're all like a collective. And
Connor makes a great point, says you are what you eat. So, you are what you consume, if you will.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Connor.
That's great advice, Misty. So here's a couple questions that I ask everybody, right?
Sure.
So being in LeTip, the first question is, what does LeTip mean to you?
Well, LeTip means family. So it's another family. I have my family here, of course, but it's another family, and it's a great resource to have. It's a group of people that you can lean on, and they really become your confidant. So not everyone in your immediate circle that we were just talking about understands what you're going through as a business owner, or they're not sure necessarily, the advice to give you. And you shouldn't be taking advice from someone anyways that that hasn't been in your shoes yet. Side note. They're a family, and they're all about structure and making sure that people are truly following through on their word and keeping their word. And that's like really huge for me. I don't like it when someone says they're going to do something or promise something and they're a flake or they don't follow through 100%. So I always expect the best of the best. And that's what they provide. They make sure that people are bringing the best of the best. And they're also really big. You guys are really big on training and instilling these types of characteristics in people and building confidence and helping create leaders in our community and speaking skills. I could go on and on, honestly. I just think in a nutshell, it's a great family to have if you own a business.
Awesome. So it's safe to say you're enjoying your time at LeTip, huh?
Yeah. I really feel blessed and lucky to have found this is the first chapter I've come across, and I feel lucky that first chapter is the one I feel the most comfortable in. And we've even had people from previous chapters that have moved, transplanted it here to Las Vegas and have joined. We've only heard great things about their experience. So yeah, I really appreciate LeTip and what you guys do for all of us. So thank you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. We are winding down, guys. So last chance, if you want to put a question in the comments section, we can answer it live. But you're doing great, Misty. We're learning a lot about you, having a lot of fun.
This is easy for me.
Jacqueline,
I love talking to you.
awesome, awesome. Jacqueline says, hello, Misty. Congratulations on your member spotlight. Jacqueline was last month. So
Hi,
she's giving
Jacqueline.
you a
Thank you
little
so
nod right there.
much.
Absolutely.
You're awesome.
Anything coming up, or is anything you're excited about coming up, or there be LeTip or not?
Yes. I would say there's a few things I'm excited about. First of all, my favorite holiday is Christmas. So I am over the moon excited that that's next week. I have 95% of my Christmas shopping done. I'm actually, after this, going to go change into some more comfy clothes, throw in a jacket and run out and get a couple more things that I need to do. And then another thing that's exciting around Christmas is I'm going to San Diego to spend time with my in-laws and my two little nieces. So they're both like under the age of 10, and they're just really fun and high-spirited. And, you know, the whole COVID thing, I haven't been able to connect with them as much as I want to. So I just got fun activities we get to do. And I'm really excited to just like see their eyes and reaction when they open everything and hang out. And then the third thing I'm most excited about is our shoe drive ends on January 15th for Answer for Cancer. And so I'm really looking forward to just seeing what our final count is and just seeing all the bags load up onto the truck and all the volunteers coming together for the final showdown. So
Awesome.
Those are my highlights.
Great stuff. Well, Misty, thank you so much for everything that you're doing. You're winning the costume contest, putting the money to good work and to goodwill with Answer for Cancer. And if you guys have any questions that we didn't answer today, you can always email Misty right there at misty@answerforcancer.org. If you'd like to contribute or help, I'm sure there's many ways you can do that. So please don't hesitate to email Misty. Misty, any questions, comments, concerns you have about anything?
Oh my gosh. No, I think I'm
making sure you're good too.
I think I'm pretty good. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for, you don't even know me and you're just hopping on this live with me. So thank you for trusting me and just everything that you guys do. And I know there's a whole team that's backing up LeTip International. So thank you to each of you that are leaders and contribute your thoughts and creative minds to the company, and just all that you guys do to give back and help everyone that's a business owner here in the US grow. And that's that. I hope everyone has a great, happy holiday season and a great new year.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yes. So, we're definitely love showcasing our members. You did a wonderful job. Thank you for joining us. We got to learn so much about you and your great cause. And I'll put it up one more time for everyone at home. If you have any questions or you'd like to be part of the goodwill and the good cause that Misty's doing, it's misty@answerforcancer.org. And thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your week.
You too, Misty. Thank you. Thank you. So thank everybody. Thank you all for watching and joining us live this afternoon. If you know someone who'd be a good feature, don't hesitate to hit me up at Doug Friedman or at Undefeated Media, pretty much everywhere. If you have a member that you think should be spotlighted or doing some good work, please, please, please let me know so we could showcase them as well. That pretty much covers it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We got last couple comments coming in. Now this is live, but you could take this video that's posted right now and you could share it with your friends and family so more people can get on board with the cause, Answer for Cancer, and maybe make a donation or help in other ways. But thank you all for tuning in to LeTip Live, and I hope you all have a great day.